catch up again with our Talk Today correspondent Nick Ellerby, who's touring the country this week to see how the budget affects you. Today, we've already heard from him in Birmingham. It was with a haulage company. Nick, just a quickie, what are local businesses? We've talked about, money in your pocket as a person. Business rates are an absolute important thing for so many of these businesses. They have a council that's going to raise council tax. What are businesses saying about tomorrow, my friend?
Yeah, good morning, Jeremy. Morning, Nicola. I'd say at the moment, doing my tours around the country feels a little bit sad at the moment. Everyone's hard up, and there's not a huge amount of hope. So this budget tomorrow is big for Jeremy Hunt and the Conservatives to try and make people feel a bit better about, their back pocket and how much is in it. In terms of those business rates in Birmingham at the moment, they're going up like council taxes, really, really affecting those small businesses. We've been talking to the people of Birmingham to find out who they want to see helped in tomorrow's budget. Here's what they told me.
Keep inflation to the lowest possible.
I think it's time to give people at the bottom a more chance to, earn more money and contribute more to the economy.
For me, really, it's those communities who really need it the most, especially children with special needs.
I would like to see some more support for students who live here or other European citizens who work here.
So lots of different groups of people at the moment crying out for a bit of help. We're doing a big budget tour this week, the big budget barnstorm. Today is Birmingham, tomorrow Bury, and then on Thursday we'll be in Bradford, all the B's for you. Today we're going to chat to a cafe owner here. This is Tysley Corner Cafe, and we're going to speak to Scott Gleeson, who's the owner. We'll just sit down and have a bit of breakfast with him. So, first of all, this full English, £7, when you're coming from London, pretty decent. But actually, Scott's been telling me, because of these costs, he's actually going to have to put up prices pretty soon. What are you going to have to do for those prices, and how much are they going up by, Scott?
Yeah, so over the last 12 months especially, I've noticed that all the food and council tax, gas, electric, everything's just sort of going up. Even the waste services. Insurance rates for buildings, even our vehicle that we use, everything just seems to be rising. So we'll probably have to just go across the board and just maybe add a small increase, and especially when the minimum wage as well is increased, it'll affect us just a little bit extra.
Okay, and Scott was also telling me, really, though, those huge costs for him at the moment are those fuel bills. Tell me about your gas and electric, Scott.
Yeah, so if you compare like an electric bill for a home, we're likely that we pay about 5 times the amount that an average household would pay in a month for their building. So yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
We try and...
You used to have as well, Scott used to have a vending machine business. What happened to that business, Scott?
Yeah, so I ran a vending machine business for 5 years at the eastern side of Birmingham. During COVID, 90% of my customer base was factories, offices. They didn't go to work.
Yeah, so during the pandemic, no one was in the offices, and then what happened to your business?
Yeah, so people didn't go back to work, and then the business started to fail. Yeah. We've made probably 10% of what we used to per week prior to that, and yeah, that was.
And what would you like to see in tomorrow's budget? What would you like to see the government announce for businesses to help businesses like yours?
Yeah, any sort of rebates, or especially for the electric bills or any of the utilities, if those price cuts were to come down, that would be a massive help to our business.
Great. Okay, so again, costs rising across the board. Scott and also Shane Jevons from the haulage company this morning calling for more rebates for businesses, so then they can pass those savings on to the customers, and we can keep paying, a decent price for our cooked breakfast, guys.
Good man, thanks, Nick. Enjoy your breakfast. We're here with nothing but a dry croissant. That's it.
£7's a bargain. You're absolutely right.
But it's true, isn't it?
Twice that in London.
Absolutely.
But it is, for places outside of London, you shouldn't be having to spend that much on a full English.
Say it all the time for all the people who are London-centric. Go north. Right, tomorrow's in Bury. Do you know what Bury's famous for?
No.
Black pudding, but there's also white pudding, and it's a Scottish thing, but it's in Bury. Bury Market sells black and white pudding. Nick's going to be there tomorrow.
Well, perhaps I'll bring you back some.
I like a bit of black pudding and white, but it's nice.